Last summer, 4 idiots set out to make a travel show not just on the internet, but by the internet. With Redditors as their only guide, they traveled over 5,000 miles across 28 states and 3 Canadian provinces. It was the trip of a lifetime that embodied the kindness, the cuteness, and random depravity of the online community. Through it all, they were treated like kings while acting like fools. Tonight, the all-American internet road trip ends in Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada, USA. It's the epic conclusion to Riding Shotgun. Be sure to set your VCR for this one night only YouTube event.
Tonight's episode of Riding Shotgun is brought to you by Airbnb. Airbnb, travel like a human.
Howdy! Well, this is it. Final leg of the Riding Shotgun road trip, where we drive all the way from Denver to Vancouver. And since this is our last city, that means it's our last chance to get this show exactly right. And in order to do that, we're going to need to do 3 things. 1, drive the 1,500 miles from Denver to Vancouver. 2, live a perfect day with a Vancouverite. And 3, harness the power of the internet to go out on a balls-out adventure with Redditors, all while trying not to explode. So, if you're ready, let's hit the road one last time and get this sucker done. To get from Denver to Vancouver, it's gonna take 3 days of driving. So Josh has cooked up something special to make sure our last nights on the road are the most fun. First stop, Billings, Montana. Because we had such a great time at Casa Bonita and we didn't get to jump off the cliff, Josh took it upon himself to book our remaining 2 hotels with indoor water parks. I wanna go on a water slide at 8 in the morning in Billings, Montana, splashing around in that whatchamacallit pool. Gotta say, Billings, Montana is perhaps the most awesome indoor water park I've ever been to, and we'll see what you got, Spokane, Washington. We had a long day's drive before our next water park, and we were so bored with 50 Shades of Grey that we even gave Brad his own segment.
On the road, gotta go to the bathroom, but you don't know which rest stop to choose. Well, think Brad, there's Brad here to help you. It's Brad's Rest Stop Reviews. It was a little minimal, stainless steel, everything is all prison grade stuff. No frills, but it's acceptable. 5 stars. I'm in Bearmouth, Montana, I think. There's mountains everywhere. I'd love to take a shit anywhere here. Like there's a little lake over there, I can just jump in. 4.5 stars. The bathrooms in there are really nice. The toilets are made of real toilet material. I saw a bird that it's not in the tree anymore. 4.5.
And as the sun set on Brad's final toilet, we eagerly anticipated the wet and wild wonderland that Josh had promised. Hi, I'm Zach Inner. We're here in Spokane, Washington, ready to do our side-by-side comparison of indoor water parks. And we're here in front of this indoor water park that closed yesterday. I would say that Billings, Montana water slide wins just on the technicality of being open.
How do you feel having booked this hotel and, you know, trying to make it a fun thing, but then it ends up being a disaster? Do you feel like the captain of the Titanic?
You know, the whole Titanic sank, not just half of it. So the first half, did okay.
Disappointed and dry, we headed off on what would be the final leg of our 6-week-long journey together. And with the end in sight, we were finally learning to take it all in and treasure every moment.
So when you see someone in a wheelchair, if they were a real paraplegic, they wouldn't have use of anything below the waist, right? And so I think there'd be an assumption where there was kind of like a desexualization of that person.
But I mean, there may be an assumption there, but I think it's also, if you're just going by first impression,
Right.
and there's guys around that are walking around, and then there's, you know, one in the chair, you're like, oh, well, I know what the ones walking around are like, you know, I know what I'm getting into.
I mean, that's something that you should put in your bio. My penis works.
That should be like your 2-minute speed dating pitch.
Everyone thinks that people with disabilities are so harmless and need help that they don't engage with them.
The other day in our room on HBO, they were showing Little Man, and everyone thought that Marlon Wayans was a baby, and they would let Marlon Wayans grab their boobs and stuff because they thought he was harmless. And so I really get where you're coming from.
It's difficult to really address it as a prejudice, even though it is, because like people are being so nice. It's wonderful that people are inspired, but I can't be inspirational just for being born and not giving up. And so, more determined than ever, we pulled into the Vancouver. Oh, hello again, Canada. Haven't seen you since Montreal. Well, guess what? We're back to finish the job of making the best damn travel show the internet has ever seen. Sorry, you national symbols of leaf, because we're gonna have to blow you away.